We are thrilled to introduce our special guest for this episode of the podcast, the very people this podcast is about, Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles, the Trailer Park Boys. Thanks for joining us today, boys, and welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Sure, our pleasure. You're here to talk about your live show and your new Facebook page, and I guess we can start with the live show. I got your schedule here. You see that it's October, November. You're all over the U.S. and Canada. 19 shows scheduled so far, 16 of those in the next 17 days alone. It almost looks like you guys might be on the run from something. Is there anything to that?
Well, you could say that. I mean, we got sentenced to community service, and the judge said if we do these little shows saying that drugs and liquor are bad, it counts towards our hours, so. And we are in a stolen car, and the police are pursuing us. So as long as they don't get our schedule, then we should be fine.
Okay.
Let's hope they don't listen to this show.
Right, exactly.
Well, let's hope they don't listen to this show for all sorts of things. But
so I see you got Detroit, Chicago, Madison, Minneapolis, Buffalo, Spokane, all kinds of great U.S. cities. Any of these cities in particular are looking forward to visiting and doing your show?
I'm looking for all of them because I've been checking it out online and stuff, all these different cities, and there's lots of ladies in these cities.
Nice.
And I'm hoping to drag one back to Sunnyvale.
So how did the hunt for ladies go in London when you were doing your show there?
Oh, they're crazy. They're all drunk and really happy. A lot of MILFs there, though.
Really?
Excellent.
Yeah, I like the MILF. I'm on a MILF trip.
Well, wait till you get to California, San Francisco, and L.A. area. You should do really well there.
Lots of blondes and lots of big...
What's MILF stand for again? Man, I'd like to something?
No. No. Totally wrong, Bobs. Something to do with mothers.
With this long road trip, was curious if Ray had any advice for any rules of the road to share with you guys.
What was the question again? Sorry, I'm high.
We're wondering what the long road trip between cities you guys got going on for this tour. Did Ray have any tips for you, any rules of the road to share to get you through this?
I'm just worried about trying to get into the country. Once I'm in, then I think we'll be good. And we don't plan on sleeping the whole 2 weeks, so.
Oh, well, that's it. Do you got a plan to get into the country, or is that something you want to keep secret right now?
Well, hopefully the authorities aren't listening, but my plan is to go to Windsor, Ontario, which is across the river from Detroit, and use a snorkeling system to get across the river that way. Probably a wetsuit, because apparently it's cold.
A wetsuit and a snorkeling system. Well, that should work.
I'm hoping, and yeah, we're looking forward to it. I want to talk to all the farmers down there and compare notes.
There's a lot of farmers here in California, and they just got some legalization down here, so you guys should be doing well when you get here.
I'm looking really forward to that. Apparently, if you get some stupid note from a doctor, you can buy whatever you want.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's awesome.
And in a couple of weeks, we're going to vote on making it fully legal.
Yeah, that would be, that would help us out a lot.
Any chance you guys would move down?
Well, I mean, I don't think we'd move down, but Ricky would probably set up an address to operate from.
Excellent.
You know, to receive and send mail from.
Right, exactly.
Nice little storefront in California might work out well for Ricky.
Yeah, except he's not that smart with the business side of it.
That's true.
Well, that's where you help them out, right, Bubbles?
Well, I don't like to get involved in those types of activities, but
Well, yeah, but
I could.
if it was legal down here, it wouldn't be so bad, now would it?
No, I could do that.
So what would you call the store down here?
Probably Ricky's Dope Shop.
That's all right.
Right, nice and subtle.
Speaking of businesses, Bubbles, who looks after Kittyland Love Center while you're on tour?
I've got a little fella from Ecuador right now that I brought in. He's great with the kitties. He's looking after them right now. Emmanuel, his name is. Little tiny fella, so he can fit into places to get the kitties when they get under trailers and whatnot. Emmanuel can scoop right under there and get them,
He's not going to be a stuck miner when he's done, is he?
Oh, God, I hope not. I won't be able to afford to get him out.
So, Dave, we brought up the live show again. All three of us are going to see the live show. David and Quinn are going to see you guys in San Francisco. I'll be going to the Buffalo show. What can fans expect to see from this live show? I know there's been a lot of talk about it on our podcast, a lot of talk from the fans. What should we expect to see when we go check this out?
Well, I've created a puppet show, that's geared to tell people that drugs and liquor are bad. But I'm having problems convincing Ricky, to go along with it, so I don't know. There might be a bit of a standoff right out of the gate.
A puppet show? I'm afraid to say its name, but there's not one puppet we're familiar with that's going to be there, is he?
Well, you never know.
No, he's not going to be there, believe me.
Okay.
All right.
Shit, you never know.
What about, Bubbles, we know you're a heck of a musician and songwriter. Are we going to be treated to some music from you on this show?
Well, I've got a guitar with me. Because of the whole court order thing, I'm not supposed to sing any songs that promote liquor or ladies of the evening, but you never know.
All right. Sounds great.
I'll go out, do some jamming.
All right. That's what I'm looking forward to. So, what do you guys, with your on the stage show, do you guys enjoy this freedom? What do you like most about being on stage where you're in control of what people are going to see instead of the camera crew has been following you around for the past few years?
I get very excited.
Really?
I get very excited on stage, and, sometimes that causes problems because I can't control things that happen. Things start, when I get on stage and I get excited, things start pointing north.
Well, you guys are performing in front of some big audiences here. I mean, I know you're supposed to, the gist of the show is to promote not promote the use of alcohol and drugs, but is there backstage in the corridors or maybe up on the catwalks where people don't see you guys kind of get a little relaxer in you before you get on stage?
Well, Ricky thinks he's going to. I'm going to try to keep them off the drugs and the liquor, but
Not going to happen. I'm definitely going to be drugs and liquor for sure, 100%.
So, you guys rely on the kindness of strangers for booze while you're down here, or do you just rob liquor stores along the way, or do you just got a big barrel of swish strapped to the back of the bus?
It's kind of all of the above.
All right, then. Well, if anyone listening wants to check out the tour, we can see it on your Facebook. Let's talk about Facebook a little bit, technology in general. We're actually in the midst of something pretty cool technologically here. We're all speaking from two countries, from two different states in the U.S., all through the computer. And Bubbles, you were telling me about this new thing called a cell phone that you were calling us with that you're trying out as we're hooking up. And like I said, your Facebook page is up, facebook.com/RickyJulianBubbles. Are you guys excited to be on Facebook and have all this interaction with people all over the world?
I'm very excited to be on Facebook. I tried to explain it to Ricky what it is. He still doesn't get it.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, why do you have a book of faces anyway? It doesn't even make sense to me.
So, Ricky, with all this technology stuff, are you an Apple or a PC guy, Ricky?
I like to eat apples and bananas and stuff, and I don't know. It's just whatever day, every day is different.
All right.
Julian, how are you embracing technology these days?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to print some money at the moment. It's not going like great. It's looking like shit, actually. I'm going to try to perfect it in the next 3 months.
Well, you might actually, U.S. might be a place to try that. I mean, most of our money looks pretty much the same. You might be able to get away with it better down here than in Canada.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, the money down there doesn't even look real compared to ours, man. So I'm going to try to...
Bubbles, you've really embraced Facebook. We're all fans of the page. We're watching what's going on. We love their videos. You've been putting on the tribute to John Lennon. What other technologies are you wanting to explore? I mean, do you have an iPhone or an iPad? Are you on Twitter? Something like that?
Yeah, I think we're on Twitter. We don't know how to Twitter anybody yet. They put us on there, but they didn't tell us how to Twitter anybody. I tried it, I was trying to do it, but I shocked myself and pissed my pants.
My goodness.
So we've seen the computer that you've got, Bubbles. Have you gotten an upgrade since then?
No, she's still the same one I had. I tried to put more RAM in her there, but there's no slots for it apparently. So it's basically a VEC 20, but it's got some power to it.
A VEC 20, excellent.
Those are good machines. They stand the test of time, apparently.
Exactly. I used to have one.
Well, we watched.
I ain't so Pong, so.
You have a small tournament set up in Sunnyvale. Take the Pong tournament.
Oh, we tried that, but apparently it's not that fun of a game for the kids.
Oh, yeah, kids are probably used to a little more these days. I did want to mention on the Facebook video, Ricky, you mentioned that you and Lucy are on the rocks. Now, normally in the past, at least how the show's been presented, that's usually something that's pretty upsetting to you. You seem pretty excited about that. What's going on there?
Well, it's been on and off. I don't know how many times because she always ends up banging somebody else, and I'm to the point where I'm fed up, and I'm just going to enjoy my life and go on this tour and hope to try to meet some women and do some banging.
All right, that seems like the way to go.
Yeah, I can't wait to try to do some banging.
Quint, Dave, you got any last questions for our guests, the Trailer Park Boys?
No, I'm good.
Okay, Quint?
No, I'm good too.
All right, guys, we talked about Facebook and your live show. I want to mention it starts in Detroit tomorrow night, and we're going to post the whole tour list along with this podcast. Was there anything else you guys wanted to promote while we got you on the podcast today?
No, just hoping that, the people come out and have some fun with us because we're really going to get her going here.
Yeah, I know. We're like we said, we're going to see it. We're really looking forward to it. We're excited. I really, really want to thank you guys for joining us today. This has been an absolute thrill for us. We're talking about the Trailer Park Boys live show, and like I said, it starts October 14th in Detroit, Michigan. Trailer Park Boys fans, you don't want to miss this. Guys, it's been an absolute thrill, and I can't wait to see you in Buffalo.
All right, we'll see you there. Get your liquor going.
Absolutely.
And I can't wait to see you guys in San Francisco. We'll be there on the 28th of October and having a great time.
Wicked, man.
We'll see
Thanks a
you
lot,
there.
guys.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you. Break a leg.
Thank you.